Hello everyone, welcome back to the Maverick channel. Now, today we're going to talk about Cosmos and Fetch.AI. The main focus is Fetch.AI with their upgrade. And I'm going to talk about Cosmos in actually reference of my video in the past, but that was in reference of an upgrade, which is called the Stargate upgrade. So I did the video in the past. I'm going to actually link in the description. Is it to the left or to the right? I think it's here. So I'm going to put it in the description. You can check it out. It was a video of me talking about the Stargate upgrade in the past when Fetch.AI was talking about upgrading to the Stargate upgrade. Now, you can see a tweet here from Jonathan Ward, who's the CTO of Fetch.AI. So the Fetch.AI Stargate upgrade is imminent. At block 13,224,000, the Ethereum bridge will be paused and it will be reopened shortly after the upgrade. So I'm going to talk about, again, sort of explaining what the Stargate upgrade is and how significant it is for the Fetch.AI ecosystem as a feature that's built on the Cosmos side of things. But because Fetch.AI leverages the Cosmos Tendermint, basically the Cosmos infrastructure, the consensus algorithms, but Fetch has its own chain, its own sovereign qualities and philosophies that they subscribe to. That is, in essence, how the Cosmos ecosystem works. You can have your own chain with your own sort of values and rules, but still leverage the interconnectivity that Cosmos brings. So that is what I wanted to pinpoint about today. And also I'll talk about MTLX and a few other things, but we're going to try and keep this short. Okay, so those that are new to this channel, if you're interested in this type of content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you've been checking out this content for a while, don't forget to share, interact with this content, and I thank you for always coming back. It's a good support for this channel, and it's a good boost for my dopamine. Okay, so the first thing we want to talk about obviously is this tweet. Now, in reference to this tweet, before we go any further, if you're in the Fetch.AI ecosystem, I'm going to put a link in the description of these documents. The first document is an instruction of of your staking migration guide, how to participate. Now, this is mainly targeted to those those that want to use the software wallet, which is the Fetch wallet, which is based on the Kepler wallet, which is like the MetaMask version of the Cosmos ecosystem. If you can see here in the top right corner of my screen, there's MetaMask, there's the Kepler wallet, which is a very good wallet to interact with the inter-blockchain communication, to interact with other chains on the Cosmos ecosystem, and to interact with DeFi on other Cosmos ecosystems that are building DeFi. So it's a very good way to do that, just like MTLX. What you're seeing here, this blue one, the dark blue one, that's the Fetch.AI wallet, which is based upon the Kepler wallet. So you'll be able to tap into other features of the Cosmos ecosystem, like staking, using the IBC, and so on. So this guide it helps you to download the extension of that wallet. You put your private keys. Guys, do not make sure you get the link from the official website. I'm going to post this link in the description, only in the description. You can go here and you access this link. In this wallet, you put your Ethereum private keys and it opens up this whole experience. But make sure you click the correct link. Don't go on clicking other random wallets. Otherwise, you lose all your money and everything that you have, NFTs, everything. So be very, very careful. Then the other thing is the token migration guide for hardware wallets. So if you have your Ledger Nano I think is the wallet that's being supported right now, you can follow this guide to see how you can migrate. The way I personally did it, I didn't follow any guide, but it's important. I basically went to the Ethereum mainnet before it was stopped. So way back, this was a couple of weeks back, I unstaked my tokens. The wait period was reduced to 7 days. After the 7 days, I exported those, so I had to incur the gas fees. I took those tokens out, put them back on the Ethereum mainnet, and then used the bridge, there's the token bridge, to move my tokens to the Fetch ecosystem or the mainnet before the mainnet was upgraded. But today's video is about the upgrade. Now, there's the GitHub page where Fetch.AI has provided a few details about this. So I'm going to read a little bit of it. It's really short. So to get you up to speed with what this is all about. So this repository contains steps and documentation aimed to current mainnet validators. So this is mainly for validators in order to migrate their nodes and updating the network to the Stargate version. So validators can have a review of these repo docs and scripts. This should give a good idea of what will happen. We'll still need to update a few placeholders once we'll have the network ready to migrate, but that's it. So I think most of the validators, as we shall see, were able to do this. Now, on Wednesday, this was 15th of September, there was a pause of the bridge, so it couldn't move tokens. The bridge contract was paused. Stopped the mainnet, the network around 14 UTC at height 2,436,700. That's the block height for the Fetch.AI network. And begin migration, exporting Genesis state from current mainnet, export state token CSV, and upload the results to the repository, finish the migration. And on Thursday, September 16th, restart the migrated network around. So I was surprised. They actually managed to do this in 24 hours. Now, these are some of the advantages that come with the Stargate upgrade. They were upgrading to the Stargate. But the advantages that the Stargate upgrade brings on the Cosmos network and other chains that are leveraging these consensus algorithms like the Tendermint BFT is that such developments, improvements, upgrades to your network, making a few changes, they're supposed to take a much shorter time than probably like an hour or less, as opposed to a couple of days. So those are some of the advantages that we're going to look at. So as you can see here, they were actually able to upgrade within that 24-hour period, and you can see the validators running. You can see Outlier Ventures and Staking Lab, in other Staking.land, in other validators, Cosmos Station. And you can see the block heights actually upgrading. It means the block heights are incremental, they're increasing. It means the network was upgraded successfully. So I must say congratulations to the Fed team for actually pulling this off quite smoothly and successfully. So one thing we want to review is that, okay, you ask yourself, Fetch.AI was upgrading to the Stargate network, but what is Stargate? So this is going to be a brief review of what the Stargate is, even if I've covered it in the past, but it's important to remind ourselves. So this was written on the 22nd of June 2020. So just know that a lot of upgrades have already happened, like the inter-blockchain communication protocol. So introducing Stargate, the largest Cosmos upgrade yet. Stargate will enable higher transaction throughput, cross-chain transactions, accelerate user interface development, and so much more. So let me first talk about the Ethereum network. You know, the Ethereum network is slated to upgrade to Ethereum 2.0, but we understand that it's not that easy. Ethereum 2.0 is mainly based around the theory or the philosophy of having a sharded blockchain where you have different transactions happening in parallel to each other in these sharded blockchains. Okay, just imagine as a layer and there's shards. Now, there's some issues there. The issue is that enabling that inter-shard communication, so allowing transactions to happen between one shard and another, is a major problem that has to be solved. Some of other problems is that basically inter-shard communication, whether NFTs, sharded blockchains right now, if the Ethereum's to upgrade to 2.0, will support data transport within those shards, but actually enabling transactions becomes an issue, which means layer 2 scaling solutions may still be necessary even when Ethereum upgrades to 2.0. But of course, these are very complex topics. I'm not a very technical person, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. That would be really good for the community to learn. But at least as far as the little knowledge I have, that is essentially it. So there's still some issues with upgrading to the Ethereum. So we can see Stargate here is supposed to essentially introduce more efficient ways of leveraging the Cosmos ecosystem through this upgrade. So there's a couple of upgrades that come with this Stargate upgrade. First of all, let's see this. If you're running a block explorer, like what I just showed you with the Fetch.AI ecosystem, a wallet, an exchange validator, or any other service, e.g. a custody provider that depends upon the Cosmos Hub or a Cosmos ecosystem, you want to pay attention because this upgrade will involve substantial changes. You have changes to the inter-blockchain communication protocol, the protobuf migration, state synchronization, which is minutes to synchronizing to new nodes. The protobuf is blockchain performance and development acceleration. Then a fully featured light clients, then chain upgrade module, so upgrade automation. So you can actually read through this to get more detail in this. For example, the full featured light client, according to Zaki, Tendermint's light client security model allows full nodes to bootstrap themselves securely without waiting days to synchronize all past state. So as an ecosystem, we need to figure out a way to distribute light client trust roots in less than 21 day unbounding time to full nodes. So expect more details from the Interchain GmbH team's deep dive on the Tendermint Q.34 plan. So you have to take note that this was an older document. Of course, it's been upgraded, but there's many upgrades that have come up with the Cosmos Stargate, and that's why networks or the networks that are leveraging the Cosmos ecosystem can actually upgrade to the Stargate network, because it's something that's existing right now and can be used and leveraged. So I'm going to put this in the description if you want to get more details about this, if you want to read more about the IBC and the other features that come with the Cosmos upgrade. But in essence, this upgrade also enables or allows the support for many languages like Python, C++, C#, any others. So that's why this is very important for the Fetch.AI ecosystem, because they're building these things called autonomous economic agents that need to be dynamic, that operate in an open economic framework, in a dynamic environment, to make autonomous decisions on their own. And these agents need to be able to make transactions, even if you need the FET tokens, the native FET tokens, to actually create these agents, to spawn these agents, and to get them out there into the world. These agents need to be able to be interoperable. So they need to be able to make transactions in other tokens, in other types of value infrastructure like NFTs or whatever. So in other words, they need to be able to accommodate even things as much as big as smart contracts or other capabilities that are written in other languages. So with this upgrade of Stargate, the Fetch team actually picked the right network, the Cosmos network. I've said this many times, because they can leverage all these advantages and these sweet features that come with the Cosmos ecosystem, like interconnectivity and allowing for dynamic use of different languages. So that dynamic nature, being language agnostic, is very important. So these are some of the advantages that Fetch.AI can leverage without having to build them on their own. So this is why Cosmos ecosystem is one of the most important ecosystems and blockchains in the whole blockchain world, because it brings something very important. They're going to enable interconnectivity with Ethereum, proof of work chains, proof of stake chains, other chains on the Cosmos network. So it's something to look into. So obviously, there's a mention of the Cosmos Hub, so I want to talk about it a little bit. So just the first paragraph. So the Cosmos Hub is the first of thousands of interconnected blockchains on the Cosmos ecosystem that will eventually comprise the Cosmos network. The primary token of the Cosmos Hub is the Atom, but the hub will support many other tokens in the future. So we know the way Cosmos works. Unlike Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, which Binance Smart Chain is also on the Cosmos ecosystem or leverages Tendermint, is that on the Cosmos network, Atom is not the end-all be-all token. So there can be other upgrades that can work in favor of the network, though, however, the main focus right now is the Atom token as the sort of the token governing the Cosmos Hub ecosystem, but there will be other tokens in the future. So one other thing we wanted to note is that there was the IAA event where the Fed team and in collaboration with the Datarella team and the Bosch ecosystem, they were able to put agents, multiple agents within cars, within stop signs, within garages, within micromobility infrastructure, to actually allow these devices to communicate and interact with each other. Now here we have a personnel. This was something tweeted by Moonshot Josh, who's one of the biggest proponents of the Fetch.AI ecosystem, a very profound community member. He posted this. Basically, this was from the Digital Euro Summit of 2021, The Future of Money. Now we have a gentleman here, Professor Dr. Thomas Croft from Bosch Engineering Research and Advanced Engineering. Well, from the Bosch World Institute organization, and he's the president, Corporate Sector Research and Advanced Engineering. So let's just hear to what he's saying. He's not going to talk about FET or whatever, but he's talking about this technology that is actually being used by Datarella. They're using autonomous economic agents. Essentially, if you knew about that, you know that that's what he's talking about here. So let's just listen for a bit.
Particular payment from car to the garage. Or you can, let's say, negotiate the price for the charging of an electric vehicle, and these are use cases which are tremendous and would not only foster our economy and create wealth, but also ease, let's say, the daily life of people. So if you have driven an EV and have messed around with all those charging cards and not working things, where a car automatically looks for a parking place, negotiates the parking price, and initiates at least theoretically a payment.
So you see what he just talked about. A car negotiates. A car looks for a parking place, and it's able to negotiate and find this place on its own. So this is essentially what these agents do. The agents that they put in the Bosch cars, in the Jaguar, in the Tesla. With Tesla, it's more like a private thing. The company has its Tesla car, Jaguar, but with the Bosch car, they actually work together with Bosch. So that's what exactly he's talking about. These agents can communicate with each other, they can negotiate with each other, and there's some pretty cool demonstrations that have been demonstrated by the Datarella and the Mobix team about how these agents actually interact with each other. Pretty advanced stuff, pretty exciting stuff. That's why we talk about Fet a lot. So T minus day one, another update, T minus day one until the world's first ever auction of an NFT collection generated using Fetch.AI's collective framework. So you know there was this event where art was generated through the participation of users and the collective learning framework built by Fetch.AI as one of the products demonstrating how Fetch can actually be used. So these were the winning 3 art pieces out of a huge collection of other art pieces that were generated by these algorithms. And there's an auction currently going on. So you can see this was the one that won first place. I think this won second place. Then the Momentous, I think, took the third place. But for sure, Dull, which was supposed to be called the Renaissance Man, but we can see we went with the name Dull, won the first place. So ideally, I'm sure this auction is going to last for 7 days. So if you're out there and you want to get yourself to a bunch of history, a bunch of real estate, NFT real estate, the first type of generative art to be displayed, generated by the Fetch collective learning framework, then I think it's something that you might want to look out for if you're into NFTs, if you're into that kind of thing. Then one last thing I want to talk about, you know MTLX, the sister company of the Fetch.AI ecosystem. MTLX is the only place in DeFi where you can trade steel scrap derivatives. Demand for recycled commodities will grow even stronger, fueled by the global green transition. Now, those that do not know, MTLX is this exchange built by some of the team members of Fetch.AI. You can come here, basically short and long traditional derivatives, metals, rare metals. You can trade Ethereum. You can trade ferrous metals like steel scraps, industrial like copper, precious metals like silver, gold, and so on. And this is on the Binance Smart Chain. You can also use this on the Ethereum network where you may have other bigger threads. Now, all your transactions, all your shorting and longing, for example, you can use BSD to buy a copper short or a copper long token, and everything is traded within this band. So you know exactly how much you lose in case things don't go your way. You know how much money exactly that you will make in case things go your way. So I think this is something important. It's based in London, and we know the London Metals Exchange is big. So if this actually builds traction, bringing these kinds of synthetic assets onto here, so basically traditional metals, commodities, and equities, I think there's a whole bunch of liquidity that can flow into this ecosystem. And talking about liquidity, we know that you can also provide liquidity on this DEX and you earn a sustainable 20% yield on your tokens. So you can deposit BUSD here, you get another token called, I think it's MXUSD, something of the sort. Then if you come to the liquidity page, you can check more details about that. MXBUSD, and you can earn a sustainable 20% yield, annual percentage yield. So you can see the total pool for MXBUSD is actually currently $3.9 million, which is not bad. So those that want to check out MTLX, you can check it out. It's a fully functional, usable DEX, which is trading these synthetic assets, mainly shorting and longing. So it's something you might want to check out. So this is done on different spreads. So that is it for today's video. I wanted to upgrade you about the Stargate upgrade, what happened in the past in the Fetch.AI ecosystem with the IAA events, and how the Bosch organization is actually really building. We know that Bosch is helping to build a fully functional, robust mainnet blockchain in the Fetch.AI ecosystem, and this is something a product they actually need to use. And we know that Fetch.AI has formed other consortiums like the Katina X, and it's also partnered with Gaia X. This is where all these organizations, BMW and other automotive industries, Mercedes and others, Renault, Jaguar, they've all formed this consortium where they want to figure out this autonomous travel, transportation kind of thing, delivering kind of thing. So they want to find a technology that can work for them. And there's nothing better than a decentralized technology that can be used by any company at an equal playing field. Everyone plays at the same playing field. They have access to the same things as others. So that is all I want to talk about today. And if you stick around for tomorrow's video, I want to talk about a new project in the layer 2 ecosystem, because I've been talking about layer 2 ecosystems. So there's a new project whose name keeps resonating many times over and over again. So that is something I will cover in tomorrow's video if you're interested in this kind of thing. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.